Going on to my Scorpios. So you have the Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Strength, Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and last but not least, the Hermit. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Scorpios is the Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Strength. These three cards represent you Scorpios legitimately trying to get to know other people. Doing a lot of approaching, or I should say a moderate amount, a moderate to a lot of approaching. And the Knight of Swords and the Strength represents there's some people here who seems to be arrogant. There's some people who seems to be a little bit you haven't been really getting a whole lot of luck. And part of the reason why is because you've been stepping to people well. Problem is them. Because like I said before, most people are in the game, right? What you want to do is the whole objective is to find somebody who is not in the game. They're not into playing games. They're not into using some sort of games in order to be in a relationship with you. And this is the reason why it is that you need to understand the games so you can know how to avoid and what to look out for and why you should avoid it. Problem is, a lot of people tend to know that there's something wrong, but they tend to be confused as to what's going on, right? So this is one of the reasons why my channel exists. I'm over here to teach y'all how to understand it. If you're confused, then that's probably a problem. That is a problem, as a matter of fact, letting you know that you need to actually bring something up. And what's going on here is the Four of Cups. You approaching people is not the problem. What is the problem is the fact that you're in a situation where people are just not wanting to be with you because so many people have such high standards now. So the high standards is now a situation where they're looking at you and they're judging you harshly, and they're lying, wink, wink, hint, hint, talking about they have somebody already. More than likely, no, they really don't. They're lying. They're lying through their teeth. Because most of the times when people tell you that stuff about, oh, I have such, I have such, I'm not saying all the time. There's some sort of mischief going on outside, but I'm not saying that every last person that tells you that they have somebody specific that they have some that they don't have someone. I'm just saying that most of the times when people say that they have somebody, they're usually lying most of the times. People are that lame. They'll lie and act like they're in a relationship. Like I said before, it's so lame. So understand, Scorpio, that it's not you. It's actually them. The game, because they're in the games. They're trying to make it seem like they're reserving themselves for someone better. Now, all of this better talk that people are talking about nowadays, all up and around YouTube, of high value this and high value that. Listen, I'm going to tell you the real game as to what high value really is, okay? And the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles represents. So again, you really should be looking for someone that you can get along with, as well as grow with at the same time, and people that you should bump heads with every now and again, but not too much. Really, the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. For some of you Scorpios, you may have even gotten a chance to hang out with these people who got all this sense of pride. And this is what the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles also represents. You gotten a chance to hang out with them, but they wanted you to take them out on a date. And you, Two of Pentacles, you're the one who's paying. Let me put it to you like this. And this goes for both sides, or either side. Anybody that can't go Dutch is a dub. You know why? because it's the first time. Now the two of you, now granted, the two of you don't have to go on these coffee dates that so many people want to act like they bougie. But if that's not what it is that you want, now I suggest the coffee thing. Not necessarily exactly coffee, but something cheap like coffee. Coffee, bagel, hot dog, walk around, ice cream, walk around. It's a first date. Don't be running around out here driving yourself up a wall, Scorpio, to try to impress anybody because you literally just started knowing them. It's the first date. What are you talking about? So when you're in that type of situation, when people start acting like that, the worst thing in the world to do is to now be in a situation where the person expects you to pay for everything, because there's some people who don't even bring money. You want to be able to pay for your half. You want the other person to pay for their half. And if they're tripping out about having to pay for their half, okay, if they're tripping out, if they don't carry any kind of money, guess what you do? You pay for your half of the dinner, your side, what you ate, and you leave. And there's no exception to that. I'm talking about on a first date, because you don't. Especially, let me clarify this. If it's not cheap, if it's up there in price, that is. I'm talking about at a sit-down restaurant that you know is going to be upwards of something like, we're not talking about Popeyes. You going at Popeyes and getting a two-piece chicken with biscuits. That's not what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know y'all know what it is. Quit playing. KFC or something like this. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about, because it's cheap. You understand? You could pay that nothing because it's cheap. The price is so low. It's like, oh, what do you care for? I'm talking about where you sit down and it comes out to be something like $47.98, $47.99. Yeah, yo, have your person pay for that. You pay for that. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, or more than that, $50 or less, really 40 or less, but $50 maximum or less. Anything you start going over 55, 60, 65, that's a dub. Because, and what I mean when I say that's a dub, I mean do not pay for the whole thing. And the reason why you shouldn't pay for it is because it's too expensive. Why are you taking out somebody expensive on the first date? Have these people pay for their own stuff. And if a person is tripping out about having to pay for their own stuff, you know that they are a grifter. Because why are they getting so bent out of shape about being an adult and having to pay for their own stuff? Yes, welcome to adulthood. So they're looking, this is what I'm trying to tell you. They're looking for somebody to take care of them like they are their parent. And that's not a no-no. I want to get this right. That is a no-no, because that's not what it is that you should be looking for. You, Scorpio, should be looking for a partner, not somebody you running around out here with who's scared to grow up, looking for someone to pay them. You pay through their whole life. And this is what I mean when I say a lot of people end up looking. So I know I'm taking a little bit because I have to really talk about this so I can get y'all right and tight on y'all game, so y'all don't end up getting used out here. Because a lot of times what it is Scorpio, is that this is what a relationship is. Part of what it is. It's two people who are in a relationship who have a certain amount of maturity, who are going to contribute. You offer something, they offer something. They benefit you and you benefit them. And the two of y'all are not tripping out or getting or having like problems with having to contribute. Let me explain something to you. Anytime you beautiful Scorpios, because Scorpios, the other day I saw a video of Drake talking to one of these people trying to get, young dude trying to get his autograph, and Drake was like, look, dude, I'll sign it or whatnot. And I was just like, only a Scorpio could pull that type of stuff on. And I was just saying, I was like, I really did wanted to be with a Scorpio. But the point is, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that you don't want the person to be getting upset that they have to be an adult and pay for their own stuff. If a person gets that upset about it, you know everything you need to know about the person. We need to really start growing up with this thing here. It's not just about one side gets to do this and one side, these gender roles and all this other type of stuff. That concept of what these gender roles is, I can show and prove that concept, that's a dub. That is a dub, because that idea of the guy should pay for the dates, the girl should pay for the dates, and then the other person gets to sit back. Y'all know on either side, when the two of y'all are in a situation where y'all got to pay for the person and y'all got money, the other person, whether it's a guy or a girl, they didn't bring their money and now you got to pay for them. That's a dub. That's a dub. No, that is a dub. So what do? The Hierophant and the Knight of Wands. The Hierophant and the Knight of Wands is some of you Scorpios may have paid for the date. And guess what? Now you're starting to see that these people are starting to get bucked. They're starting to act like, you know, they you know, that they're better than you if they even answer you back. Or they're just not answering the phone. More than likely, they're getting bucked. You talking to them and they acting like they're so much better than you. But here you go now. The Ten of Wands, you got to leave that alone because they're tripping out over the first date. Maybe this is still over the first date where you're like, look, let's go Dutch. Look, you pay for a little bit. Maybe this represents that they were tripping out actually on scene on the first date. First time the two of y'all hang out. And they're like, nah, I ain't trying to do all that. So guess what? You Scorpios paid for your half or what you ate and you left. All these crab legs and all these seafood boils and all this expensive stuff. Do you know how expensive seafood is? And the more luxurious it is, all these delicacies like crabs and crab legs and lobsters and shrimp and all this other, and gumbo and all this other type of commerce, how expensive them things are. Come on now. Then you have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles represents, trust me, when you leave these people, they're going to be begging for... Scorpio, when you leave these people behind at the dinner table, they're going to be really mad. They're going to be big mad. Because now it's or they were, because this is probably past tense, they were big mad. They were big mad or very upset because they really didn't think that you Scorpios had the guts for that. But little did they know that you Scorpios do have the type of guts for that. But the Hermit now represents this being a situation for you where, because they tried to they've ran that game on so many other people. And for you Scorpios, you were different because it didn't work on you. Very good. So let's clarify some of these cards now. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands. The Chariot, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Six of Cups. Here they come. When you, like I said, when you Scorpios got up from that table and you stopped hanging out with them, you just abandoned the date altogether. You were in, they were in mid-conversation. You said, look, forget about this. I'm done. We off this. You basically dipped. You asked to go to the bathroom. You dipped. That's another thing too that I want to talk about. When people ask to go to the bathroom, you should be worried about that. I ain't gonna say worried, but you should be upset about that type of stuff. Because haven't y'all ever noticed that when people like to talk about how it is that they're gonna go use the bathroom, it usually means that they upped something? Haven't y'all ever noticed that? I've noticed that. Anyway, the Chariot and the Nine of Pentacles represents, when you gave these people some pushback, they really weren't expecting it because they thought that they were hot stuff and they were being delusional. Because the truth is, I'm going to tell you what the truth is. The truth is they didn't even have enough money to even go on these dates. That's the reason why it is that they be wanting only one person They want all of these expensive restaurants, but they only want one person to pay for it, because the truth is, not only did they not bring any money, but they want you to pay for everything because they don't even have the money to go on these dates. You see how fake it is? Do you Scorpios see how fake it is? That's why it is I was trying to tell y'all about the whole dating situation so y'all don't get caught out here. Six of Cups, when y'all walked away from that table and y'all wasn't picking up the phone, now all of a sudden they're trying to recall you back, trying to get something for free. The audacity of these people. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Keep that phone ringing. Keep them ringing your phone, because they deserve it, because that's what it is that they get for being stupid. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.